McLaren actually whitewashed the whole field, man. Like, McLarens are the new Verstappen of 2024 season, like 23 season, I mean.
23 season, yes, exactly.
Like lap 8, and they had a 15-second gap between the cars behind, like from Leclerc.
Yeah, like the first turn, Charles Leclerc lost his position, and then that's it. That was it for Charles Leclerc. That was the race.
But yeah,
मैं actually turn I think lap 6 पे ना मैं expect कर रहा था कि कुछ interesting होगा क्योंकि दोनों McLarens fight कर रही थी till lap 6 or 7. They were like actually pretty close and till a pretty long time as well. And then I was like, where is Charles Leclerc? Then I saw almost a 10-second gap. What's going on with Ferrari?
Their fight was so fast. They were like leaving everyone behind, and like already they were at the back markers. Halfway through the race, they crossed half of the back markers. That was like. But anyway, beautiful racing between the two McLarens. Like, that was the highlight of the whole race, right? The start was so amazing.
Yeah, there were like a couple of times then when I actually felt they will crash.
Everybody was thinking. And the only reason why I was hoping for a crash, other than obviously it's entertaining that two of the dominant cars are out, that was because of Leclerc winning the race, man. He deserves a win, and that was the only thing why I was hoping them to crash. But otherwise, it's a beautiful race between the two of them.
Yeah, I like after the race, I was they were sitting in that there's a room, right? They actually watched the race, like just the highlights of few clips. Yeah, cool down room, exactly. I forgot the term. So yeah, they were sitting, and Charles Leclerc was just like, okay, मेरा हो गया भाई, मेरे को नहीं कल चलानी और गाड़ी. ऐसा like he had no, ऐसा वो fight नहीं दिखती अब he knows that he has no pace, so he has just given up कि हो गया भाई मेरा, अब नहीं होगा.
Even Lewis was watching the timings right after the race. Did you see that? He was just stuck, and he was like, where are the McLarens finding those extra seconds? Where is it? Like, he was hoping to get an answer on that screen, the way he was looking at it. It's really sad to see both of the Ferrari drivers, in the mindset that they are. Even though it's good that they did get P3 and P4, it's a good result for them, at least. Like, since one of the Ferrari...
It's bit, of course good, but I thought Lewis deserved this podium. He did not want to go in the pits, and he clearly stated it, but still, like, I don't know, like there were 20 laps remaining and he was good. He said like, I can go on these tires.
Yeah.
And if they would have managed it, so like, I think P3 to secure kar sakta tha, but it was quite cheap from Ferrari. Ke like usko fir bhi
same thing happened last weekend, right? In Canada also, like Charles, he was clear that he didn't want to pit. And then they pit him. Like, okay, no, I'm sorry. What happened was he didn't want the hards. He wanted the medium, but they switched it. They gave him the hard. So, but us time pe or is time pe bhi the same thing is that regardless of what, it would not have changed the result much. That's what I feel. Like last race mein, to definitely not. Even this. But again, like you need to give driver the chance to select their own strategy. That's like that's true. Thing you need to do. But I mean,
that's
coming back to
quite actually
McLaren's. I mean, like sticking to McLaren first. I mean, if they would have pitted Piastri right after Norris, like maybe just one lap after him, I think Piastri clearly had more pace than Norris in this race. The only issue was with...
they took like 2 laps, right?
4 laps. And that what happened was that gave him like 5 seconds advantage. Norris was 5 seconds
good advantage
afterwards. So, I don't know. Like...
Man, the last few laps, I was like, okay, something's building up. Kuch to hogne wala hai. Because it was just like maybe 1.5 seconds difference or something at the end. And then Alonso and Bortoletto, oh my God.
Even when Piastri was coming out of the pits, he got like almost touched with one of the Alpines, right? It was Colapinto, I guess.
Right.
So
Yeah.
throughout the race, McLaren's had a very hard time with the back markers. Last maybe why he didn't have any
Yes.
clear air, otherwise he would have. क्योंकि Norris
Mhm.
had some damage in his car, right? उसको radio
Right.
मिला था that.
Front wing damage.
So and PSG had better pace. He was like doing fastest lap after
Was
fastest lap,
flying.
but
Yeah.
the
Was
problem
flying, of
clearly
course.
was with the back markers in this race. But then क्या हुआ
Right.
like with Alonso also? Why were back markers fighting with McLaren? I didn't
So
understand.
basically, they were fighting. He and Gabriel were fighting,
Right.
and in between, Norris comes into the fight, and then they realize, okay, I don't have to fight, and then they let him pass. But it was like they were very much close to each other. They were like almost like giving away the positions. But yeah, it was amazing from because they said Alonso has a like basically a team, like academy basically,
Right.
and Gabriel comes from that academy.
Nice.
So they have this mentor sort of thing, and he was actually very respectful. They actually did like a big hug and मतलब अच्छा बहुत अच्छा था moment
Yeah.
काफी. And beautiful race by Gabriel, man. Like stake के पास
Yeah,
दोनों के दोनों
क्या like
cars point score
from
man,
Billboard
क्या हो
team
गया?
last year to like proper in the midfield right now, man. They are surprise
Yeah.
of the year, I would say. Like definitely, man.
Yes. Finally, this was the
Yeah.
first points for Gabriel.
Yes.
So, like, amazing. 2 points, man. Happy for him. 4 points, sorry. 2.
Gabriel in Q2, he pulled such an amazing lap. He was P4 in Q2.
104.
Oh my God, that lap was so beautiful, man.
Yeah.
He pulled it together.
Yeah, of course.
That was a moment when we realized, okay, this is why he is one of the only 20 F1 drivers in the world, you know. Amazing, absolutely. And
Right.
it's really great to see these little moments, you know, races after races from every driver. It's amazing. Like
Nice. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Beautiful race by both McLarens. An amazing fight. We were like we were able to watch good action, like at the start and at the end. And mid tier was fighting all the way long, so that was fun too. Then yeah, we have both Ferraris very disappointed on the pace.
Yeah.
Do you think Hamilton is going to be with Ferrari again, like next year?
It's completely about the 2026 car, right? The only hope that they have is the new regulations, because Mercedes were like clearly the most dominant car before this regulation, like, you know, 8 times world championship in a row. But after the new regulation, Mercedes like fall back, and now they are trying to get back to it. So what will really shuffle the whole grid, I'm sorry, is the new reg. Like, so only hope right now for him and for all of us Ferrari fans is the new regulation. So let's hope that he doesn't loses his mental state before the end of the year, because अगर ऐसे ही चलता रहा तो we never know क्या होगा, you know. But it's really frustrating, you know, being a world champion, like 7-time world champion, and, you know, he had hopes. I mean, obviously, he was not expecting to win race right after joining the team, because it's a completely different setup and all of things. He has to unlearn a lot of things and learn different things. But the problem is like he didn't expect it to be this bad, right? Because Ferrari was literally almost, you know, Ferrari could have won the championship last year. The gap between them and McLaren was so short. So
McLaren
it's not like they are coming from behind. They were on top, and now the gap is just way too big. So
huge. Yeah. I think this year it's not possible to beat McLaren anymore.
Yeah, it's clear.
But
like,
yeah, they can secure at least P2 in constructor.
Yeah, that's the fight.
Because Mercedes is also there to fight with them, because they are continuously scoring podiums and like they are up with the game, except for Kimi Antonelli this race.
Yeah, we just got the news that Kimi Antonelli got a 3 place grid penalty for his next race. So not only is
he was quite apologetic about his actions anyways. He was like, yeah, there's nothing to hide about it. So it was straightforward saying sorry to Max as well.
Poor kid, man.
Yeah, I thought Max would be furious. Mujhe laga gaya, Kimi to gaya.
But even he realizes he's just a kid, man, 18-year-old. So kya hi,
yeah, and they actually have like a good bond, Kimi and Max. Like behind the scenes, like if you see like pictures and like they keep on talking and it's acha relation hai dono ka. So that's what we saw.
But this like ruins Max's any chance and any hopes for the Constructors' Championship, I feel. I mean, Drivers' Championship, I feel.
Yeah, I think अब तो P4 भी बड़ा मुश्किल है.
Like P4 is still achievable, but he was fighting for P3 with Norris. So that's gone now. Yeah. Like after a DNF.
Norris might secure P2 or P1.
Yeah, that fight is the most beautiful fight this season between Piastri and Norris. So P1, but the thing is, Max was between those two guys, right? Starting, say he was right there. He was P2 as well. Yes. So
just check as well. Yeah,
but now it's not possible. Right? I don't think it's possible after this DNF and the fact that ठीक है अब penalty points की बात तो क्या ही करें. Probably he can get a race ban, he may not, but anyways they don't have the pace, and this was a race which we were hoping him to like at least get a podium from easily, because obviously this track he knows best, and he has won here 5 times, I guess 5 or 4 times. So yeah, it's really sad to see him.
Like Red Bull Arena.
Yeah, of course. So it's really sad to see him, not even finish this race. Bad luck, yeah.
Yeah, I actually love this track. It's quite short, 70 laps. Like it passes by quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Too many
and then
opportunities to pass as well, and like DRS plays
like 3 major straights, man. It's like a beautiful 3 major straights. It's very easy to get overtakes.
Absolutely.
Yep, and then we have Mercedes, George Russell having his own race at P5.
Yeah.
Like there was no one to fight with him this race. ऐसा मुझे like थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही gap दिखा उसके और Hamilton के बीच में. क्योंकि Hamilton was like up ahead, and then George Russell was like कितना difference है दोनों में? Almost 5 seconds का gap है.
Yeah.
So like they both were like in a different league. उसके ऊपर like between Hamilton and Charles, there is almost 10 seconds gap.
Yeah, everybody was like going on their own. Last में वही हुआ था. I was really hoping for some more action between the two McLarens. Baki to, obviously there were a lot of overtakes down the grid, like Bortoleto fighting with Alonso, Lawson was fighting at one point, very good. And even Gasly, poor luck and some engine issues he had. Baki, he was in the fight as well.
Right. But yes, talking about Lawson, man. Lawson scoring P6, the topmost Red Bull driver for Austrian Grand Prix.
Absolutely beautiful.
Finally, he'd be so happy this time. Ke saalo ab dekho mere ko.
Yeah, no, it's really good to see him getting his mental state back to form as well. It hurts, right? The start of the season, it was like pura matlab Red Bull driver, it was very hyped up and everything, and then dropping back, so it was kind of an insult as well to himself, but now he's getting back, so that's good to see.
Yeah, and like Lawson, if I'm not wrong, has more points than Tsunoda now. Yep, Lawson has more points than Tsunoda. Tsunoda has 10 points while Lawson has 12.
It's crazy.
And Hajar has 21, so Hajar is doing good.
Hajar is
happy for Hajar always. Not this race, but yeah. And then we have amazing driver Mr. Alonso fighting with Bortoleto. That was fun.
Yep.
मुझे दो तीन बार ऐसा लगा कि क्रैश हो सकता है, possible है, and that too like hitting Norris or Piastri.
Yeah, like we saw a lot of contacts like being made between two cars throughout the race. But there were no safety car or red flags other than, of course, what we saw in the start.
The first incident.
It was pretty clean, even though there were like some spins and gravels and everything. So that's good to know.
Yes, it's straightforward. Pretty clean race in if you see it from a whole perspective. Then we have Haas, two Haases, right? Oh, Nico Hülkenberg also scoring points. So P9 for him, scoring 2 points. And this is like the second time, right? Back to back scoring.
Yep.
Nico. Even the
No,
last race, Australian Grand Prix.
Third time, man. He scored
Man.
P5 and then it was P7 and this time it's P8. It's beautiful.
He's a P10 in driver standing, by the way, 22 points.
And like if you are playing F1 Fantasy, Nico Hülkenberg is the driver who would have gotten you the most point this time because he started off at the back and overtaking gives you the best point. So from P20 to P9. Right. So it's crazy, absolutely crazy.
11 overtakes, man.
That's I have him in my team, but the problem is I also had Albon. So that brings us to...
Oh, okay. That's...
Williams, like, oh my god.
Poor day for them, man. Like, both car DNFs, man. That's not good.
So bad, man.
Yeah, we'll have to dig down what happened with the science. Like, there was some brake issues. The car was on fire right away. And he was stuck on first gear, they said, and then like suddenly the car started running. As soon as he completed the whole lap, the formation lap, there was fire.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was quite scary. I was like, "Bhago bhai, kya kar rahe ho?"
Reliability has been the very big factor now, so that's really bad. Like,
and that too, like Albon was actually pretty much fighting with the top tier teams. He was fighting with the almost like the mid tier teams. Like on like fifth, sixth lap, he was actually doing good. He did 2 overtakes as well. And then like the next news I see, he's in the pits and he's like, okay, the game is over, man.
Yeah, like both cars having reliability issues. That's really bad, you know. And yeah, I mean, they started off really good the season, but now let's hope they get this thing like back together for Silverstone.
Yeah, we still have Silverstone, and then we have the break. When do we have a break in between?
After Silverstone, yeah. Maybe? After Silverstone, we have...
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. So let's see how it goes for them. Because like start was pretty much what do you call chaotic for them this season as well.
Yeah, I mean, Sainz...
Okay, then we have...
Yeah, I mean, Sainz took a while to get into the form, but now that he is in the form, the car is not performing. So, well, yeah, you know.
But we expected that, no? Like, of course, from a driver,
from
like,
Ferrari to
new driver jumping to a different team, it's of course going to happen.
Definitely, and that too from top team like to
everything changes.
From top team to the bottom, it's very difficult. Definitely.
Yeah, we saw that with the Hamilton so like Hamilton is actually doing pretty good. Like, it's not criticizing him in a bad way, but he took his time. Now he's okay. But you can still see a difference between Leclerc and Hamilton. So that gap is not what do you call, qualifying him for the constructor championship or spirit or ऐसा वो spirit नहीं दिख रहा मुझे कि यार मैं ही जीतूं ऐसा कुछ नहीं लग रहा.
Yeah. Crazy.
So that's why we see him like fighting अपने अलग ही रेस चल रही है उसकी.
Yeah, he's kind of broken, man. You can feel it. But I hope it gets better. This was good result.
Yes, and then we have Ocon with 1 point and Oliver Bowman right next to him on P11. So Ocon, we did see Ocon fighting, but not too much. And ये थोड़ा सा उसको फ्री पास मिल गया क्योंकि ऊपर के ड्राइवर्स काफी सारे एलिमिनेट हो गए, सो उसकी वजह से थोड़ा फायदा हुआ है. So yeah, that's there. He's 1 point for Haas, and a pretty bad race for Gasly, man. मेरे को वो थोड़ा weird लगा.
Yeah,
like he was trying, but like he wasn't able to as well at the same time.
Yeah, very very bad.
He was just struggling a lot.
Like he qualified pretty well, like in Q1, and he was very good. Like had a good start, but बाद में बस he kept dropping. So
Yeah, but he started at P16, so still like P13 is better. But ऊपर के 3 eliminate हो गए
Yeah.
तो उसकी वजह से of course वो नहीं है. And I felt this race, Yuki was causing so much trouble, man. Like for other drivers.
Man, Yuki ki to I was
Literally
going to
got-
talk about him last, but वही कि people have stopped talking about the second seat. पता नहीं क्या ही हो रहा है. Like I don't understand
Yeah.
this. And plus,
Man,
we don't
इतना
have
क्या
even
कैसे
anything
difference
to talk now. We are not even focusing on that guy. You know, if he doesn't make out of
है? Right.
Q1, like nobody's talking about it because starting में everybody was like, they need to replace him with Hajar and all. But
Yes.
पता नहीं. Hajar recently had an interview where he was like, I am up for this challenge. Like, if Red Bull offers me the seat, I am up for it. I mean, everybody would be up for it, but the fact is, like, everybody was broken in that seat. So I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not. Like, I was the one
we'll have
who
to wait for
said
the
that
next year.
they should have, like, from Red Bull's perspective, because again, like, और तो क्या ही कर सकते हैं, so they should definitely try doing this.
एक और try कर ही लो.
But Hajar, I think it's just a career killer, the second seat of Red Bull. So if I were Hajar, I probably would not be taking this because he's having a very good season in Racing Bull. So why to spoil that?
Hajar might get another seat in a different team, man. If he drives like this, he has a very good chance that he might secure a seat for Alpine because Colapinto is in trouble.
Yeah, he's in trouble, really bad trouble. Alpine is in
Flavio
trouble.
already खड़ा हुआ उसके ऊपर कि भाई perform नहीं किया तो निकाल दूंगा.
Definitely, but they are not giving him the car, and then they are expecting so much from a driver and like putting him mid-season. I mean, definitely we saw some good things from Colapinto and the Williams last year, but then he also crashed afterwards. So Jack needed a few more races before they decided. You know, that was a very, in my opinion, it was not a good decision.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
but they have reserve driver Mr. What do you call Kushmani?
Yes, that
they
would
can
be.
Try him out.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That's the only thing that as we all are hoping that if Colapinto doesn't perform, he should be the one getting a drive. Like, even if he gets just one race.
More F1 Indian audience as well.
Yeah, I mean, no, F1 Indian audience is anyway gonna grow no matter what. Like, I can see it, and this F1 movie just came out. Like, anyway, like we are seeing a lot of new fans joining in left and right. So it's growing. It's definitely growing, and obviously having an Indian driver on the grid would help it fuel more. But
of course,
that's good. Like,
let's see. Talking about Kushmani, did you see F2's crash?
Oh, that was horrible. Yeah, I saw that, man. Like the spin, man. Oh my god, that was.
I don't know why, but I feel F2 is so much more interesting than F1 now. Like, मेरा ध्यान उतर जा रहा है अभी ऐसा हो गया.
Yeah, man.
I'll post some pictures up here, man. The crashes were crazy. Like, there was like one crash, red flag, everyone went back. Again, they started the race and another crash.
Yeah.
Man, that was crazy. It was amazing, man. Well, ये interesting as well.
I mean, basically everybody is like having the same chassis and like not the chassis, but the engine, right? The specification is much more closer than it is in F1.
Pretty much closer, yeah.
We would.
That's why we see like a huge variations in the top three as well. Like, it's not just the same thing, the team winning a lot of points, but yes, it's pretty close and good fight.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing.
I should definitely follow more of F2 than F1 now.
Yeah, you should have a separate podcast for F2.
This season, it's pretty much clear that McLaren is just too fast, man. Like, there's a huge difference between the other teams and McLaren. So yeah, it's going to be boring for other teams, of course. Like, we know like who's going to win already, so that's tough. But yeah, mid-tier fight is always fun. But you know what's fun about this season? It's all the bottom teams are fighting now. So we are not sure that Haas is going to perform, Alpine is going to perform, Stake is going to perform. Like कुछ पता नहीं है, कुछ ना कोई तो आ ही जाएगा points में, ऐसा है.
It's a great
So
season
that's
to be
fun.
playing F1 Fantasy, honestly, I'm not paying that
Yes.
much attention to F1 Fantasy these days, even though I made some changes this race. But I feel like I should focus more on it, like just for the fun part of it, because like you mentioned, pata hi nahi hai, it's very unpredictable which team are going to perform well. Like last
Right.
few seasons, it was like mostly Williams would be good or Haas would be good. Alpine almost sucked,
Okay.
and it was Sauber didn't even score any points. So this time it's very good fight, like you mentioned, like top 10 it's always
Nice.
interesting. The bottom 5 is always interesting in the top 10. So that's
Right.
good. And yeah, I mean, obviously the fight between Lando and Piastri, it's going to get feistier, definitely. Like, and it's good that Lando
Right.
won this race. I was actually, even though between the two of them, I want Piastri to win the championship, but I still was hoping for a Lando win, because that's going to be more entertaining for us as fans.
Yeah, and it's a good recovery from the last race as well. So
absolutely.
he's showing that I'm still here. Proving his point.
Yeah, and kudos to McLaren that they let them fight. But I know for a fact that if they crash a bit too much, like at least even if there is one crash between the two of them, then the papaya rule's gonna be. They are going to even this race. Race, like they, they send a radio message to Piastri that lockup that was a bit dangerous. So be careful.
Yeah,
so they're like, you are free to fight, but you are not free to fight. So it was a very when you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no.
Yeah, you cannot let this decision be on the drivers, because if that's the case, I think Norris would, if Norris is behind Piastri, he would crash. Just like we saw in not Australia, what is it, Canadian Grand Prix. So I think we might see it again and again.
Yeah,
because Norris has that aggressive side of his. जहाँ वो भूल जाता है सब कुछ.
No, but that would be interesting to see. Let's see.
Yes, and then we have we talked about Pierre Gasly not doing good this race. He was just trying hard. Then yes, of course, we have Lance Stroll at the bottom with the P14 and Colapinto at P16, and the last guy is Yuki Tsunoda. Very depressing. So yeah, that's how it is looking right now.
Yep.
Well, talking about the driver standing, you were right about Max Verstappen scoring P3. So he's actually standing P3. So it's 155. George Russell is right behind him with 146 points.
Right.
But there's a huge gap between Leclerc and Hamilton. So they are at 120 and 90 points. So this gap, it's hard to chase for them. Like if they want to fight with Max, they will have to secure podiums again and again.
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean, I am definitely sure that we would still see Max win a few races. Definitely. Yeah. But the problem is after this race, there is no hope for him to win the championship, according to me, because
of course, I
mean, the gap is pretty huge.
You never know. It's not that big of a difference.
Unless, of course,
right
like
now,
if there is incident. Yeah, I mean, unless the two McLarens they DNF'd, after crashing into each other, then he'll get a chance for sure.
Yeah, 2 wins and he'll be up with the game. 2 or 3 wins, podiums, and he'll be up with the game. Because it's like almost 60 points gap.
Yep, let's see.
But yeah, we'll have to wait for the season's break, because that's where most of the changes are going to happen. Oh. So let's see. Even last year, like Ferrari was not that good at the beginning of the 2024 season, and somehow at the end of it, like after the break, something's changed, and like they were very good.
Yeah.
So they were fighting with McLarens, of course. So that we actually can see the difference that a small break can help you out.
Yeah, but the problem with that is, Red Bull themselves, they clarified that they are not going to bring any more major updates this season. So they are almost done with the upgrades. So last year we saw more because there was still one season left. So teams were trying to improve, but now their focus is more on the 2026 season. So
is this the reason why Stake is performing so good? कि उनका last year है. पैसे उड़ाओ, बाकी टीम्स पैसे नहीं उड़ा रही, हम लोग पैसे उड़ाएंगे. Upgrades लाओ सारे.
Maybe possible.
Could be.
Yeah, definitely.
क्योंकि बाकी टीम्स को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बाकी टीम्स सब नेक्स्ट ईयर के लिए प्लान कर रही है. इनको ऐसा है कि भाई पैसे उड़ा दो जितने हैं.
No, definitely. I mean, the Audi project sounds good as well, so they are going to invest in it, and they are investing for sure. But
more rumors about Sergio Perez coming to Cadillac. So,
and of course, you saw the reel, right? That Valtteri Bottas posted on his feed, the Cadillac one. No. You did not? No. Oh my god! You
no,
should,
I haven't seen it.
You should definitely check that out, man.
So he's driving for Cadillac.
No, I mean he hinted that there was this Cadillac car, and he just went in and opened the door, and he was like, the seat looks nice. So he was definitely hinting, right? And even in the last podcast that he did with this guys, he said,
oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
He was like, basically it felt like a job interview. It was like, I have this capability, and please you can hire me. So he's very much interested.
So that would be actually a pretty good team, man. Sergio Perez and Bottas.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh my god,
to see them.
That's a pretty strong team. Both experienced drivers, and that too, like, they have this rage ke sala badla lena hai.
Definitely, and their experience would be very helpful to the team as well. But
of course,
the team, the Cadillac team, is taking its time, because they have so many options. Even this grid, like when we are talking about the current grid, Russell's contract is not. He doesn't have a contract for next year yet. So Mercedes is still waiting for the Max Verstappen thing to happen, So unless there is this tiny window that they are keeping it, and they do have to sign Russell eventually. Like uske upar puri grid dependent. So if Max moves to Mercedes and Russell moves somewhere else, so pura there would be a shuffle happening. Obviously, the shuffle won't.
Man, I can totally see that. What happened today then? Like जो crash हुआ बहुत तक काम क्यों था?
Yeah, probably
future teammates.
Probably.
Nice. So what about George Russell? Is he like trying to go towards Audi?
No, he obviously want to stick to Mercedes. For him, it would be great to stick to Mercedes, because looking at 2026, Mercedes seems to be the car with most advantage, because in terms of engine, they are they have the factory like engine. So
right.
And plus he's performing pretty good. I mean, I feel bad for Russell, because right now, if you look at the whole grid, other than the McLaren's, Russell has been the most consistent driver, and he has secured pretty good podiums, is really good in qualifying as well.
P4.
So if I were Toto, I would obviously want to lock in Russell, but I see the point. Like literally, Max is the robot, and everybody wants him. So
of course.
So अगर थोड़ा
why not? Yeah, Max
थोड़ा भी chance
तो हर team चाहिए कि आ जाए.
Exactly. So थोड़ा भी chance है तो he wouldn't miss out on it. But एक point के बाद even Russell would start demanding that I do want this locked up. Otherwise, I'll start talking to other teams. So there's that.
Yes. Cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it for us, right?
Yep.
Do we have something else to cover up?
No.
I heard Mick Schumacher is coming back. Some rumors for Audi. So I'll hope for that, because he didn't get his chance. Like being the P1 in F3, F4, F2, all of them, and not having an F1 seat. That's sad.
Yep.
So yeah, he didn't get his proper chance. So yeah, I'll hope for Audi hiring Mick Schumacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, there is not big news for any other rumors.
Nothing.
Did you hear about Daniel Ricciardo? Anything?
No. I think he's done with F1 now. No, he's done with F1. Even if Cadillac,
I hope he comes back.
No, I hope that too, but I'm sure he won't. Like even if Cadillac offers him a seat, I think after his last few years in. I don't think he's ready for it now.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's hope for the best.
Let's hope for the best.
So cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it for us. You're watching PS Lights Out. That's Pruthvi. This is Shubham. Yes, please hit a like if you actually enjoyed the conversation. If you don't, it's okay. It's all good. You can share your comments, views, whatever you want. We are good with that.
Sure.
We're ready to make some changes as well. We are just having some good time.
Yeah, definitely.
That's pretty much it.
Thank you, guys.
Cool. So we'll see you in the next one, guys.